Good morning and welcome to day 2 of Vlogtober. It's been a bit of a mixed batch already this morning. It's still pretty early. We had a really nice sunrise this morning, but the weather has turned pretty mixed and a little bit miserable. We need to go through the town today of Kirkwall. We have a small holiday let that we run at the other end of the island, and we need to go and clean that up today. We also need to go to the garden centre. I'm hoping to get some pots. I need a couple of house plants repotting, so I need a couple of new plant pots for that, and I need some ericaceous compost for the blueberries I showed yesterday. But already I've had to catch a mouse that the cats had brought in overnight out of the hall and put that out, and when my husband got home from his morning shift he reported he had problems with the car, so he's been underneath the car and had a look at that, and it should be okay for the next couple of days till the weekend, till he can get it fixed when he doesn't need the car for work. So fingers crossed that we don't break down at some point today. Back a little while from the garden centre and town now, just enough time to have a cup of tea basically. Managed to get a couple of pots, not exactly what I was looking for. I got this big enamel ceramic one. It's an outdoor pot. They had very little choice. Oh no, that's not true. They had some choice in inside pots, but they didn't have any sort of the size I was looking for. They either had too small or way too big. So I got green enamel one, and I got a brown kind of very 70s reminiscent, this one. It's also like an enamelled one, exterior outside pot too, and yeah, I'm not sure which plant I'll be using this for, because I really wanted more of a tapered, my fridge is getting blown about, I do apologise. I wanted more of a tapered one for the plant that this is instead of, but it will get used for one of them. The green one is for a plant on the front windowsill in my craft room, and I think it'll be okay. I did buy another pot a couple of weeks ago and it was too small, and it's not that my fringe is too long. I like a long fringe, but it's so windy today that it keeps blowing in my eyes, so I do apologise for looking like a shaggy dog. Also got the compost that we need, which is great, but it is quite, it's not too cold, but it's a little bit cold from a neuralgia out here with the wind blowing on my face is pretty bad. So I'm going to go in now. John's just headed off to work for his afternoon shift, and yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to get up to yet this afternoon, before I've got to make the base for the homemade pizza tonight. It's not a really hard one, it's not a yeast based one. I will show you my quick pizza base, pizza dough recipe that I use, and it's got sometimes 3 ingredients in, depending on what you use. So yep, I will come back to you shortly. I did not get much sleep last night. We started watching this series, The Haunting of Hill House, I think it is, on Netflix. We'd watched The Haunting of Bly Manor first, which is the 2nd season, and they're 2 different stories, so you can watch them in either order really, and we really enjoyed it. I thought we'd watch the first one, which was Haunting of Hill House. We watched the first 2 episodes last night and I did not sleep too well. I used to be a big fan of horror. I used to read horror books as a child and watch horror movies and things like that. I don't know, maybe it's living in an old house in the middle of nowhere that does it, but my tolerance for scary things are not so good now. I like watching them. The problem is afterwards when you go to bed and you have to turn out the lights, and it is very dark here. So I didn't sleep very well, and I have nightmares fairly frequently. I didn't last night, I just couldn't get to sleep. Anyways, I'm not sure if we're watching that tonight. We probably will persist with it, but I might need to stop watching a little bit further away from bedtime and have a bit more gap to kind of wind down afterwards before heading off to bed. So I'm quite sleepy today. I was awake quite early, on top of not sleeping very well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to spend a bit of quiet time, get out my knitting project that I'm working on. I had to fix that a bit this morning because I had made a mistake in the increases on yet another colourwork yoke, because apparently I can't follow instructions when I'm watching TV. So I'm going to do a little bit on that, and then I've got to make that pizza for tea. super duper easy pizza base, everyday pizza base. I do not make a yeast based blah 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 blah. I can't talk today. I don't make a yeast based base even. All I do is I use flour, which in this case I use a mixture of white and wholemeal spelt. I used to just use all white spelt, but now I use a quarter of the wholemeal. It just seems to make a lighter, fluffier dough, but there's certainly no need for it. I use flour, baking powder and natural yogurt, just plain yogurt, whatever I've got. This is full milk yogurt, whole milk yogurt, but you can use low fat yogurt or Greek yogurt or even like creme fraiche or anything like that, is what I use, just something tangy. And you can also use self-raising flour. In fact, originally the recipe was for self-raising flour, but I don't buy self-raising flour now. And what I do is use at a ratio of 4 ounces of flour to 3 level teaspoons or a dessert spoon of baking powder, and with enough plain yogurt mixed in to make a dough, and that is it. If I'm a little bit short on yogurt and it's still a bit dry, I mean, I've got a full tub here, so it doesn't matter, I will just add a dash of milk to wetten up a bit more. But that's it, just self-raising flour and yogurt, or plain flour, baking powder and yogurt. And tonight I'll be using the pizza sauce that I made yesterday for going on top of it, and I have a little bit of pesto left over from the fridge from this week, so I'm going to use that up as well, so I won't need quite as much sauce as I would normally put on. And I've got some mozzarella, and I will see what I've got else in the fridge to put on the top of the pizza too.